Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Michele Jutrisa and I'm an independent demonstrator here in New South Wales, Australia. Thank you very much for joining me today. Now please jump on, say hello, let us know where you're from. It's always great having new people join us here today or any day on my crafting videos. So today I'm going to get you guys to help me to build a card for my son. But first off, I wanted to show you some of the new products I received this week in my delivery from the new annual catalogue. So let me just pop this down. Now, as I said before, please jump on, say hi if you haven't been on here before. Let us know where you're from. It's always great having a chat with new people. So this is our annual catalogue, and this was just released this month, a bit early this month. So everyone is still going through this and working out what they want. Now, one thing I do have to say, please, we've got the annual catalogue, but don't forget, we've still got our products online. So not every product that Stamping Up carries is in this catalogue. I was actually having a look at their online store today and seeing what was there, and there's still quite a bit available. Both in the online exclusives, but also in the clearance rack or last chance products. But there, as I said, there are still a lot of products that are available but aren't in the catalogue. So make sure that not only are you checking out the catalogue and what's in here, but don't forget all those well and truly loved products and a lot of our tools and everything that are still on the online store. So one of the products that I've got to share with you today that I want to show you, let me just find it in the catalogue here so you can sort of see some of the examples, because I haven't actually used any of this as yet. Okay, must be getting close. I should have gone through and marked some of these out, but I hadn't done that. It's a bundle, and here we are. It is the Party Dies bundle, a really great bundle. There's a lot in this, but it isn't cheap, okay? It is $218.50. So this is where it becomes important that when you go on to Stamping Up, add me as your demonstrator if you're in Australia. But also when you go in, you will get a box that will pop up and asking you if you want to join to get what used to be called the Hostess Rewards, but now it's rewards every time you spend money through our store. So it just means that you get I think it's 10%, and it's over $35. So once you hit that $35 mark, every dollar you spend after that, you will get a $35, $3.50 that you can spend on your next order. Now that you can accumulate that. You can accumulate that up for a year. So if there's something like this that you're really, really wanting and you want to save towards it to get a little bit more of a discount on that, save up those reward points, all those rewards, because then you can take that off the cost of this. Now let me show you what's in this. I haven't even opened this yet. So this is a bundle. So you get both sets of dies. So you got the Party Banner dies, and there's 20 dies in this. Okay, and you also get the Party Alphabet dies, and there's 36 dies in that. So it's quite a big bundle. And I'm going to have to get new storage because this is huge. This is almost the size, the depth of my catalogue, and not quite as wide. So it is a very, very big bundle. So let me just take this all out. I've had this sitting in my hallway for most of this week, not wanting to open it until today. So you guys are lucky. We're going to have a look at this together. So this one here is the Party Alphabet dies. Whoops, they're just stuck there a bit. And look how big they are. Now there are 2 sheets of dies there. There's one of each letter. I'm just having a look. E is always a good one to find because you always need more than one E, but there's only one E. So there's one only of each of the letters there, but they're a really good size. These are in size, like this letter E, which is going to be fairly easy to measure, is about 5.7 centimeters in depth, or in inches, that is 2¼ inches. So it's a very big size alphabet. And I have got some ideas in mind for what I want to use this for. So that is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to playing with those. So I'm just going to pop them back in there because I don't want to lose that. But that is a really good investment if you're wanting to get something like that. And of course, they're great for scrapbooking as well. And the other one that goes with it, as I said, this is the bundle. And remember, if you purchase this as the bundle, because you can purchase these individually, if you want the letters and you don't want the banners, you can purchase it by itself. But by purchasing it as a bundle, you are getting that extra 10% off anyway. So always worthwhile. So then, if I open this one up, I should have in here all these lovely banners. So let's take that one out. And look at that. We've got all the banners. You've got little eyelet holes here, and it's got a little edging around it so you could slip it up into those corners. And then you've got your reinforcing eyelets as well. So you've got ones to make the hole, and then you've got little reinforcing there. So that's the smallest die. Let me just pull that out so we can see it. We won't stay very long on this sticky back surface because they stick so well. So there's your smallest one, and there's, of course, your big one. Okay, so in the dies alone, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 banner dies. And then you've got these 4 here for the holes, and you've got 2 sets of 4 for the eyelet reinforcing. So a really good number of dies in this set here. So they can be used for banners, they can be used in your scrapbooking. And as I said, I have got an idea in mind what I want to use these for. So watch out until one day I will show you. I don't want to talk about it too much right now. So that's a fantastic thing to get. I'm going to pop them just down here for the moment. And then keep that there. So the next thing that I have got to show you out of this catalogue is, and you can see there where they've used those big alphabets there on a scrapbook page by creating the word Japan. Actually, I'll show you this one next. So this is part of the scrapbooking products. Now, there's the scrapbooking, they've broken up in several different parts. In the front of the catalogue, you have got the workshop kits. Okay, let me just find those so I can show you. Okay, so I'm looking at the weekend adventures. Now, this is a workshop kit, scrapbooking workshop kit. This will give you all the instructions and all the products that you will need, except for adhesives or scissors, cutting tools, to create 3 double-page layouts. So you'll have all the instructions and everything in it. You've got the die sheets, you've got sticker sheets, you've got all your cardstock, including your double-sided plain cardstock or your 2-tone cardstock. So everything is in it to create 3 double-page layouts. So that's 6 layouts, and I believe that you will have enough product probably left over that you could make cards out of what's left over, or even maybe even stretch it a little bit and make more scrapbook pages. So that is that. But the important thing with this one, it has instructions. So the instructions tell you what to cut and then where to position it onto your pages. So these are the 3 sets of pages there. Then towards the back of the book, they've got another scrapbooking section. Same papers, except with these ones here, there are a couple of specialty papers in there that you won't get anywhere else but in the workshop. But then towards the back here, we've got the scrapbooking from scratch section. So what they've done here is they've broken it up in the fact that they've given you, you can purchase the designer series paper with a sticker sheet. You can purchase, and you purchase this all individually. You can purchase a range of cardstock, okay, in all those colours which coordinate. Now, with the workshop kit, you may not get all those colours. You only get the colours that will be used on those pages. Whereas with this, they've put together a pack of papers that you can use with these. They've also produced a stamp set that goes with this as well. So that's that kit there. So let me show you. I've actually purchased this one here. Let me just pull my products out. So I've got the designer series paper. Now, I've cut some of these open. I haven't cut this one open. So let me just show you what's in here. Oops, let me just get my scissors into there. So these are the papers that come in this particular pack here. So you get 2 sheets of each one. So you've got the gingham. Well, it's probably not really a gingham. Very much close to what I'm wearing, my black and white. There is a particular name for this type of check, and I can't think of it at the moment. And then on the back of that, you've got like a black, and I'm not quite sure whether it's a white. I think it's more of an ivory pinstripe. Actually, there's more than 2 of each sheet. There's 4 of each sheet, sorry. So you have 4 of that one. Then you get 4 of this one, which is like trees. So it's a little bit different to our normal scrapbook pages. Not scrapbook pages, but our designer series paper. Whereas normally you get 2 of each sheet. This one you get 4 of each sheet, which is really good if you're doing a variety or a collection of different photos. This side here is got the acorn and looks like very vanilla as the background. Then this one here, which has got your compass on it, your footprints, bear prints, coffee mugs or mugs. And again, you've got 4 sheets of that one, and the reverse of that one is that lovely blue. So there, those. So there's 4 designs or 8 designs, 4 of each page, because there is 4 designs. No, sorry, it's 3 designs, but 4 of each page. Okay. Now with that, you also get the sticker sheet. So this is the sticker sheet that goes with that. I'm just going to take the backing off that one. So there's the sticker sheet that goes with that. So you've got some really good titles. I've got all sons, so this is going to really work out well for me because I've got a lot of scouting photos, a lot of outdoor photos that were taken with my boys when they were in scouts. And I'm just going to, while I've got this all here, I'm going to pop this into its sleeve so it can go straight away on my shelf. So that's that one. And then we have, I'll pop that down there. These are the 2-tone cardstock that goes with those. So without pulling all of these out, and if you have a look, this one here, which is the pecan pie, you've got a dark side and you've got a light side. So that's why it's 2-tone. So there's Old Olive by the looks of it. Misty Moonlight. Early Espresso. Cajun Craze. And I believe that's very vanilla. No, it's basic beige, sorry. Love that colour. So there are those papers there, and I'll sort them out into their homes later on. So that's that one that I've got. I'm looking forward to playing with that. Then the next one I purchased from this one is Boho Vibes. Okay, so this is a suite. Let me just remove that. pop it over here. So this is a whole suite here, and I just thought maybe I turned it too many pages over. Okay, yes I did. There we are. So there's our suite. So this has in it a stamp set as well as the dies. So if you can see here, there's your stamp set, there's your dies. Again, you can purchase them individually, but purchasing both of those as a bundle or part of the suite will give you 10% off. You also have some embellishments. Okay, so these are the muted palette dots. They are quite a high dot, so probably great for cards. I probably wouldn't be using them in my scrapbooking. They're a little bit too high for my liking, but that's just my personal taste. And then you have these wonderful designer series papers. So let's open this up so you can have a look at this. So this one here, you have got in the papers, they're all 6x6. Doesn't actually tell me how many sheets. Might be here on the back. 48 sheets. Okay, so you've got one. Let me have a look. You've got one. It's usually 4 of each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's 6 of each one in this pack. So you've got this one here, and the back is that. A little bit retro, but I think it's quite nice. Again, I purchased these because I thought they'd make some really nice boy style cards. Then that one reminds me of pajama pants. And you've got that lovely design on the back of that with my new favourite colour, which is the, what's that one called? I'm still learning them all. Secret Sea. Love that. That and cloud cover. Now remember, with the cloud cover, you can't get the stamp pad, but there is a way around it because they've had issues with the stamp pad, with the cloud cover, with the colour not working great with the foam in the pad. So what I'm going to be doing is buying the ink spots. You can buy a set of ink spots which have got the cloud cover in it, but you can also buy a refill and the blank ink spots and fill one up yourself. So I'm going to be using an ink spot to use for my cloud cover. Here's a nice one with all the spots with all the different colours in it, and then you've got the stripe on the back. You've got this one here with the waves on it and two-tone rainbows there. You have that one with the swish of all colours, and then that one there. This one here, I'm going to hopefully play with these this weekend, and the back of that is that one. I love how they have the designer series paper. The back of them has a more of a subdued tone, and I really love these stripes. And then on the back of that, you've got your mossy meadow. So a really nice, fun range, and something a little bit different to what I've played with before. So I'm hoping to create some really fun cards. I can see some of these papers being really good for baby cards as well as young adults, not even older people really, but I'm hoping to make some cards that I can use as masculine cards. So they're all the products that I have got from this order. So I thought I'd share them with you today. And now we're going to create a card. So I'm just going to have a look here, see if we've got anybody jumping on. And because if you can let me know what you think. I'm sort of like umming and ahhing a lot about this card. Now, my son is a mechanic, or he's in the mechanic industry, and we don't really have any mechanical tools in our stamp sets, but we do have Trusty Tools, which was a Father's Day one. This is one that is still available. So this is why I was saying, please go and check the online store, because this is not in the catalogue. I don't think it is anyway. Let me just double check myself, because I have been known to fib a little bit. Well, not really. Sometimes I just miss something, but there are a lot of things that aren't in this catalogue which you will find on the online store. So let's have a look. These are some of the returning favourites. Oh, yes, they're still in here. So, yeah. So please jump on and have a look. I didn't see that there earlier. I must have missed that. So I thought I'm going to play with this to make a card for him. And the products that I've got here, let's just bring them out so we can have a look. I have got my basic card base here. Now, I will put all the measurements onto my blog, so I'm not going to go through all the measurements today. But I have got a standard 10-fold card base. I have got a matte and some basic white for my card insert. I have got, and that's Poppy Parade. I've got another piece of Poppy Parade and a piece of basic beige for my card front. And I then have all of these bits and pieces, which we're going to do some die cutting of all these little bits here. So I've got a piece of cloud cover. This is like a pegboard. So I thought we'll cut one of those to see how we go. I've got a piece of Poppy Parade here, which we're going to cut these handles out. A bit of the Secret C for the drill. And then I've got some silver foil for the spanner, the drill bit, and the blades. That's what the handles belong to. And then I've got some pecan pie just on my side here, which I thought I'd cut out some of these nuts and bolts. So let's get started and cut these out to start with. So I'm going to I think we might grab my big cut and emboss machine just so that we can see if I can cut all these out together. Now, as I said, if you are watching, please say hello and let me know you're there. I'd love to say hello. Okay, so let's have a look. So this piece here is I may need to trim this piece of cloud cover down because I haven't determined the size I want. So I've just cut a piece there and we're just going to pop that onto there. I've got my drill bit there. Just move this a little bit into yours so you can see it. So I'm just going to pop my drill bit onto there. I have got my handles. I'm making sure everything's with my cutting edge down. And then I have got my foil. Just need to flip that one over. And the only one I haven't got on here at the moment is a pecan pie. Let me just grab that. Got a small piece here, and I just want to cut a few of these, so I may have to come back and cut a few more. Pop our plate on top. Oops, I've got one plate missing. So I'm just going to pop this. Normally you would pop this under your Perspex plates, but I'm just going to pop it on top just for the fact I don't want to undo all of that. So it should still give us the same effect. Let's run that through. Pop these out. that one. We've got that tool. So all our little bits and pieces here. Including my little nuts and bolts there. And I just want to cut a few more of these. So just bear with me a second while I just cut a few more. I'll just cut 3 of these, I think. So I hope you're having a lovely day today. It's been a little bit cool here today in the Southern Highlands. And it's a bit cloudy. Woke up this morning to everything being wet, so it must have rained overnight. Okay. Whoop. Yep, just dropped that piece on the floor. So I'll pick that up later on. So very tiny little bits and pieces. To work out where that came from. Okay, so let's grab our card pieces here and let's start putting this card together. So as I said before, this is my card insert. So for the moment, I'm going to adhere these 2 together. Actually, I'll use this glue here because it's almost run out. Just give that a really good push down. I'm just going to check. I've got no one so far that's come on, so just want to make sure that we're actually on. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Yep, we're there. Everyone must be just running a little bit late today, but that's okay. This will be on YouTube, so you will be able to come back and watch that. Now, I'm not going to glue that into my card base for the moment, just in case I decide to add something else to that. So here's our card front. Now, I decided to go for the basic beige because I just felt the white on the card front was just a little bit stark. So I'm going to add some glue on the back of that. And adhere this down. Okay, so here's our card base, and I'm just going to grab my bone folder and give this a really good burnish, just to make sure we've got a really nice sharp crease at the top. And then we can adhere this onto here. Now, with this stamp set that I've got, the Trusty Tools, there's no actual happy birthday in it because it was geared for dads and for Father's Day. So I'm going to grab one of the other new stamp sets, and I used it last week as well because it's got a really good happy birthday in it. But first off, we're just going to work out what some of the positioning is we're going to put on here so I can work out where we're going to pop everything. So we might just build some of these tools up. So these are the handles. So we've got 2 handles there. And there's that. I'll pull all these out. There's my spanner, my drill bit. Okay, so those go with that. And then there's my die. There's a die there. There's my drill. And this piece here we may have to trim down as yet because that's my pegboard. Just taking out some of those little holes. Okay, got all of those. And really, that's not a bad piece. I could cut it down a little bit. May just give this a bit of a, because it's not real straight. So let's just see if we can line this up and just give it a bit of a trim. So just trimming this down a bit. Oops, I might just take one layer of holes off because I went a little bit close in my trimming there. That's fine, I think. So at the moment, I'm looking at putting that onto there somehow. Let's put our drill together. So we've got our drill bit there, and that's going to adhere onto there. Now you probably could break this up into, you could, this base piece here, you could change that to a different color if you want, just by die cutting a second one of these in another color. And then you could cut, there's a little split just there, and you can cut some of these out just if you wanted to change the color up a bit. But I'm not going to be worrying about that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this glue onto the end here. Don't want to add too much because we don't want it oozing. And I'm just going to pop that on there and just leave that there to dry. It will take a little bit longer because the foil is a little bit shinier, so that will take a moment. And then the same with these. So this one here, we want to put a little bit of glue. I wonder actually if a glue dot would work a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to roll up a glue dot there a little bit. And I'm just going to pop that glue dot. I don't want it going over the top of that hole. That hole to be free of it. Just going to push that glue dot just in there a little bit more. Now we do need to pop these handles on. So I'm going to use the glue dot again. This time I'm going to fold that in half a bit. Pop one there. That handle on there, and we're going to fold this one up or roll this one up a little bit so it's a bit smaller. Just going to use the backing paper there just to help me. Don't like getting my fingers too much onto these glue dots because you will lose some of the tackiness of it. Okay, so we've got our pliers. How's this one going? Almost dry, so I'm going to pop that onto there. And then we have our spanner. Okay, so we're right for starting to pop some of these together. So let me just grab my happy birthday that I've got, and this is from the Right Words stamp set. So what you've got here is you've got two lots of words here. You've got happy birthday to someone, and this will go, so this you put on the front of your card, and then this one here, which is a matching font, could go on the inside of your card, to someone worth celebrating every single day. You've got sending good vibes, and that one would go with maybe forever loved, forever remembered. No, I don't think so. I think maybe that goes with this one. I know a good thing when I see it, and I see lots of good things in you. Forever loved and remembered would be going with, yeah, it's a bit hard to actually work out exactly. That one there, I think, goes with that one. That one I know goes with that one. I wish they'd put these together sometimes. Thinking of you a lot. I miss you already. I really don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. So those two. But anyway, I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to do here. But they go together. So you've got one that can go on the inside of your card and one to go on your front. So I'm going to be using happy birthday. And I might also use the to someone worth celebrating every single day, because that's for my son. So he's worth celebrating. So we'll grab that one out as well, and the stickers. So let's pop this together. The easiest way I find to pop these together is by grabbing a clear block, and then we want, this is, because this is red rubber, you have the sticker that goes on the back of it, and this is how I bond the two of them together. So I pop that onto my block. Now that's the side that I've just stuck down onto the block is what would normally sit on your block. The paper part here has to come off, and this side here is going to adhere to the back of my red rubber stamp. So I'm going to take the backing off that as well. Now work out which, so there's celebrating. So I've got my letters up the right way. I've got this one here up the right way, and I'm just going to marry those two together. And I just find I get a much better fit with my stamps and the stickers that go on the back of them. So I was saying before, I didn't know what I was going to pop on there, so I'm going to use that. And I have got the Secret C ink pad here, so I'm going to use that one. So that I'm going to line this up and stamp that right in the centre. Just holding it down for a few seconds just to let that ink bond with my paper. And I've managed to do that upside down. I must have done it upside down. I did too. So luckily I can turn that around. I have to remember that that one there, I've put the sticker on upside down. Even though I double checked it, I still did it. Oh dear, Michele. Okay, so that's that. I can live with. Now we've got this particular one here, and I know I've done this one the right way around. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the happy birthday right up here, just up towards the top, about there. Just like that. Hello, Joan. Thank you for joining. Okay. So now let's start looking at where we're going to position all of this. Now I do want this at a bit of an angle. I don't want to pop it on straight. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on the back. Just in between those row of dots, I'm just going to pop a couple of dots of glue. I'm not going to put lots of glue all over the place. I'm just putting a few dots across in the rows. And then we're going to pop this on here, and I just want to put that at a bit of an angle, just like that. So want to use, maybe put our drill piece there. And those there like that. Maybe these could even just trying to don't necessarily want everything going straight. Okay, I think that's, put a bit of glue on the back here. Put a bit of glue on our drill bit. That can go just about there like that. Pop some glue onto this piece here. Don't really want those, all of those silver pieces together. Okay, we might just pop some glue onto the handles of that. And a little bit there. And then they can go, just a very simple card really, this one. Now we've got all these little bits here. So what we might have to do is flip some of these over. So take that one first. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of that. Now this I'm going to treat a little bit like you would bling. So I'm going to do groups of 3. Okay, and then we've got this one here, which is the 3rd one. Down there. Pop this one over here. Now, probably should do another one, but where I would do it. Let's flip that over and flip that one over. Let's have a look. I don't know, I think I might even like that, just like that, without adding too much more. But what we might do is we put them on the inside here, just so then it's just a very simple card today. One more. Oops, don't need to put that away just yet. I just need to put a bit of glue on here. So just almost out of glue. Just getting rid of some of that glue that's oozing there. I'm just going to leave that for a second. There you are, just a very, very simple card today, just for my son. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed me sharing with you some of the products I have got from my order. Thank you, Joan, for joining us. As I said before, if you did miss today's, this will be up on my YouTube channel, and tomorrow in my blog I should have all the measurements and everything. Hello, Lucia. That's okay. It was just a very quick video today. The only other thing I did want to share with you, and where have I got it? I'm sure. Bear with me one second. Here it is. Let me pop this up. Okay, so there's only about a week now until I've got this class happening. It's happening on Sunday week. Beautiful gallery. You can still join if you want to join. It's $25 to join. It is a private YouTube channel. You can order, if you order your products, you may get them just in time. You will need the whole suite for these 3 cards that I'm doing. But just remember too, if you can't make it on that day, or you don't get the products in time, if you pay your $25, you'll get the link to the YouTube channel, the video, and you can look at that whenever you want, how many times ever you want. after the live has been finished. So you can always go back to it to refer. You'll also get with this too the tutorial for the 3 cards, product list, and all the cutting instructions. So if you're interested in joining me for these 3 cards with the beautiful gallery suite, please jump on to my Butterflies and Bows blog, and if you go to shop and click on the shop, it should come up with all the details of where to purchase your seat for this. So I hope you can join us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I am really looking forward to sharing that suite with you. So thank you very much for joining me today. I'm sorry that it is just a very quick card today, because I did want to spend a bit of time before going through some of the projects, the products that I've purchased. And this afternoon, I'm probably going to spend a bit of time playing with these really great dies. As I said, the party banner dies and the alphabet dies. Really looking forward to having a good play with these. So thank you very much for joining me. As I said, I will pop all the details for this up on my blog tomorrow. But just a fairly quick, simple card for boys. And hopefully, even though he's not a builder, he's a mechanic, he will find some fun in this card. So take care. Have a lovely day, and we'll catch up with you all hopefully next Friday at 1 o'clock. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.